Welcome back to another video on my channel. As forget where's Wally, where's Viser? He has not been named in the squad. Vladimir Petkovic said Mitchell Viser was in his extended list of players. When it came to the final squad, he didn't deem him a better option than Youssef Attal or Mohamed Farsi, which I find very, very shocking indeed, specifically because these two games, there's nothing riding on them. The perfect opportunity to try out a Mitchell Viser, yet he doesn't think he should be playing in these games. He'd rather go for Attal, who is injury prone, and we know what he's about. He's brilliant. And the relatively inexperienced Farsi, who we've already seen in the past two rounds of qualifying. So, bit of an odd one that he's left Mitchell Viser out. Of course, he confirmed that the switch has been complete. He could have selected Viser if he chose to. He just felt that Attal and Farsi were better options. So, that's a big talking point. It'll be interesting to see what he does going forward, because if he did bring Viser in March, for the first time to call him to be for those key World Cup qualifiers, that's a big, big responsibility on Mitchell's shoulders. Elsewhere in the squad, pretty much back to normal. You've got the three best goalkeepers there. You've got Mandrea back in, you've got Akija back in, and you've got Guendouzi. Be interesting to see what Petkovic does. Will he stick with Guendouzi in goal, or will he go back to Mandrea? Honestly, again, because it's almost two meaningless international games for Algeria because the qualification is secured. I know you can get the FIFA ranking and stuff like that, but you know what I mean. There's other nations that have to win the games to qualify. We've done that. Why not try an Akija out? We see Mandrea in the first two games. We see Guendouzi in the second two games. Maybe play Akija in the last two games. That'd be quite a nice way to give everyone some football they deserve. As for the defence, I'm surprised that Hadjem got called up. Jatwan Hadjem injured in Young Boys' last Champions League game, and his club actually said he'd be out for 3 weeks. Yet Petkovic has named Hadjem in his squad. I'll be very surprised if Hadjem is available for selection. I think Larouci from Watford might get drafted in to cover him. So a little bit surprised that Hadjem got called up. The defence is relatively normal apart from Viser we spoke about at the beginning. You've got Attal and Farsi. You've got Ait-Nouri and the injured Hadjem. You've got Ben Sebaini, Mandy, Tugay, Tuba. I don't know why we keep calling Moderni, if we're being totally honest, when we could have called a Mitchell Viser. It's very odd. And you know, those people before we brought like Redouani and people like that, they're just a waste of time as far as I'm concerned. To the midfield, and you've got to say Algeria, not missing not one, not two, but three of our best central midfield players are not there. You've got Awar, who seems like he's injured. Of course, you've got Benassa, who's going to be injured for a little while, and you've got Boudaoui, who's got an injury problem as well. So you take out Awar, Benassa and Boudaoui, that's your main midfield three gone for me. I think the midfield's weak. I think it's very good that Abdelli got his call up. Thoroughly deserved call up. Definitely the right decision to bring Abdelli back. So good to see him involved in the squad. Brilliant performances at Angers. Not a great club, but a great player. So hopefully give Abdelli a couple of starts. You've got Zarouki, who for me is a very lucky guy. He's currently not even in the final team. He's not even coming on as a substitute at the moment for Feyenoord. He is struggling to get game time at club level. Could be this month he starts more games for Algeria than Feyenoord, which would be ridiculous. Yeah, the thing is, because of the injuries, you have to bring Zarouki because of the injury situation. You had to bring Abdelli, which he did. Still no Kadri, still Zorgan, and still Guendouzi. You're not going to go anywhere with those two guys, Zorgan and Guendouzi. I'm sorry. It's good if you think they're good, they're not. If you think they are good, they're not. I'm telling you, you're not going to win an AFCON with Guendouzi and Zorgan. They're 7th, 8th choice Algeria central midfield players. The one I'm excited about is Abdelli, and also Ibrahim Maza has shaken off that injury. I'd start Maza in the Liberia game. I think that'd be a great opportunity to start him in the central midfield area. Particularly, he's a bit similar to Awar, and Awar's out. Good opportunity for him. And how about this? The return of Fares Chaibi. Interestingly, he's been the most out of form now he is all season. Not playing that much football with Frankfurt. He's found himself back in the squad. Chaibi returns, and you've got to say they've sorted out the issue between him and the manager. Obviously, it shows that we can use him again. He's a top player. We still don't really know what Chaibi's best position is. I'd like to see him on the left wing if possible, if he could do a job there. Of course, he can play number 10, I think, but might even use him as a false 9 once upon a time. So good to see Chaibi involved in this squad as well. And then really you've got your usual suspects. Hadjem also, despite scoring in the Champions League, a really good goal against Salzburg, he's left out. Buatnani's left out. Benzia keeps his place. And you've obviously got Guiri, Benrahma, Bunjah, Mahrez all returning to the squad as well. Interestingly, Mahrez deciding to come when it's two meaningless games. Mahrez very much wants to be part of the Algeria squad going to the World Cup. It would seem, whether that's right or wrong, remains to be seen. But of course, a welcome addition to the Danish-born Algerian Haaland, Algerian Viking, Ammi. Now, like I said before, barely played any game time at Copenhagen, particularly at first team level. But you've got to get the players now. They could become superstars, and then it's hard to get them, like Elise and people like that. So really good to see. We actually had quite a nice bunch of new players. We had Farsi, then we had Mazza, and now we have Xhaka, and obviously Viser's on the squad. So that's a nice addition. Good to see Belloumi involved. Now, we saw last time he brought Haj Morsa and Nani over Belloumi. Belloumi's been very good for Hull, won their Player of the Month last month as well. He's a top player. So good to see that Chaibi, Belloumi and Abdelli are back in the mix. Good to have the goalkeepers back. Good to have Xhaka. We're not that far away from Algeria's strongest squad, I think. And of course, no Youssouf Belloumi, which is the right thing to do because Belloumi's days are over. Trust me. Let me know your thoughts on this squad. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.